We're here again with Lockie Harkin, a regular on Max's Muscle TV. How are you, son?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Today, I'm well. Today's workout is going to be all about compound movements for bodybuilding. What we need to do is to go back to basics. We're not going to try and train super heavy tonight. We're going to try and show you the way to do the movements properly, the right techniques, so you can get big and strong. A compound movement is a basic movement, a movement which is the key part of your body part. So if you're training a body part, you might do 4 or 5 exercises per body part. You need a basic movement, a compound movement. So we're going to start off with the barbell squat. The barbell squat for your leg workout is the key factor in developing strength and stability in your lower body. Your squat will make your whole body grow. Lockie, let's rock and roll. We're going to go straight into the squat rack and get started. Now, the first thing you've got to do, folks, is make sure you set yourself up properly. The biggest mistake bodybuilders make is they have the bar too high on their neck and they get their posture all wrong. Posture is everything when you do the squat, so let's start off with that, Lockie. Okay, we want the bar halfway down on your traps, step up and step back with the weight. The first thing you do when you do that is take your hands out nice and wide. Now, right out to the edge, Lockie, I'm going to show you why. The bar's halfway down his traps. He can grab it with his traps, his elbows are up, his back straight, chest out, and you'll find the bar won't try and slip down your back. Feet shoulder width, so down you go, to parallel, pause slightly, and drive it up. Now he's just going to do a few slow ones like that, just to get a bit of blood into the muscle. You'll see at the bottom of the movement, his back's dead flat, his chest is out, his chin's up, and he's getting his thighs parallel to the floor. As the weight gets heavier, you need the power. You've got to come up a bit faster. So down slow, up faster, down slow. Now that's perfect. Okay, put the bar back, we'll put a little bit more weight on and we'll do another set. When you do this at your gym, folks, what you've got to do is get your sets and reps right. Always do a set of 10, 12, even 15 reps to warm your knees up. Then for your working sets, you can do a 12, you can do a 10, an 8, a 6, and if you're really confident, even just a 4 rep set. Then you can go back to your lighter weight and do a set of 10 or 12 to finish off with. So it's a little bit like a pyramid. You work your way up, you work your way down. Key points to remember. Bar not too high on your neck. It's got to be down on your traps. Elbows up, back straight, chin up, chest out, thighs to parallel, and come up hard. Down slow, drive it up. Especially once you get into that sort of third set where you're doing around 8 reps, you need to really push it out of the bottom. It's got to be a power movement. Power means speed. Speed means drive it out of that movement. Our next compound movement is the deadlift. It's a movement that bodybuilders often avoid, more so used by powerlifters, weightlifters, strength athletes in general. But it's a great movement for developing muscle mass. It uses all the core muscles in your glutes, your lower back, your abs, and all around that hip area to develop great strength and great stability for your other movements. The most important thing is to set yourself up properly. That is to have the right posture, the right setup, so your back's flat and you're using your legs as well as your back to lift the weight. Set yourself up, Lockie. Feet nice and wide, a little bit wider than shoulder width. We have one palm forward and one palm back. Like that. Now, he's all set up. Now lift, push through with your legs, and when you get to the top, roll your shoulders back, and that flexes your lower back. Now, putting it down is just as important. So once again, push your bum back towards the ground, keep your arms straight, keep your head up, your chest out, and pop it down. Back flat, look at that, and up he comes. Shoulders back, chest out, 1, 2, down, stop, count, 1, 2, and up you go again. Drive it up. First thing people ask is, why do we have this funky grip where you've got one hand forward, one hand back? It's a way of locking it up, so it means the bar's less likely to slip. And when you get into some big deadlifts above 3, 4, 5 plates, your fingertips scream and it's really, really hard. A lot of people use wrist wraps, which you can wrap around the bar to assist with your movement, and that's fine, but wait till you're training heavy, because you want to develop your grip, your forearm strength, your bicep strength. It works your whole body. This is a great movement because it does work every muscle in the body. You know, a lot of great powerlifters have never done a forearm exercise and they've got great big forearms. It's from this one exercise, from gripping that bar, hanging on like grim death. Sets and reps, once again, you start off with a high rep sort of set, 10 or 12 reps. You might do one set of 10, one set of 8, and then 2 or 3 sets of 6. Key points with the deadlift, set yourself up right once again. Feet flat, drive your heels into the ground when you pick up. Back flat, you don't want your back to be bent over and rounded. Whether it's the top or the bottom of the movement, your back's got to be flat. When you get to the top of the movement, chin up, chest out, roll your shoulders back. So it's a whole body movement, treat it that way, and it'll be very kind to you. Our next compound movement's the one you do for your chest. Now, you've got a choice of 2 movements with this. Today we've chosen to do the incline press, but a bench press, a flat bench, is also a compound movement. Either one is great. The reason I choose this one is because it works more on your upper chest. So, feet firmly on the ground, get your grip nice and right so it's nice and wide. If you have it too narrow, it works more of your triceps and your chest. Get someone to lift it off. Off we go. Now, the trick with this is to take it nice and high on your chest, keep your elbows under the bar and drive it straight up. It's as simple as that, folks. Not a whole lot of science to this one. Don't go too fast, just warm the muscle up, but once you feel that muscle warming up, pumping up, you've got to start to drive it up a bit faster. And it's as simple as that. A great basic movement, you can't go wrong. Just as important as a flat bench press, and for bodybuilding probably more important because it does work on that upper chest, which is what we really lack as bodybuilders. Key point to this one is to keep your elbows under the weight, drive it straight up and down so it doesn't sort of waver front and back. Dig your feet firmly into the floor and keep your head back. We don't want your chin coming up, your head coming up off the bench because that'll bring your traps into it. So it's a very, very basic movement. Because we're doing this like a compound movement, we'll stick to what we've been doing all day with sets and reps. So you can do perhaps a 10, 8, 6 and 6, or a 10, 8, 8 and 6. So you're scaling down. Each time you do a set, put the weight up slightly, finish off with 6 reps. If that's easy, have a little rest, cut your weight back and do a high rep set to finish off, to finish the kind of pyramid way we do it. Our last exercise today is a bent over row. Now this is a great compound movement because a lot of people train at home or don't have access to a great gym with all the hammer machines and pull downs and cables and everything else. So here we go, Lockie. Feet apart, shoulder width, hands out wide where that mark is on the thing, put the outside of your hand there, flatten your back, stick your bum out and whoop it straight into your upper abs or your lower chest. That's perfect. Now you'll see his back's arched at the top of the movement, he stretches at the bottom, almost touches the weight to the floor and up he goes. The key points with the bent over row are to get it right. Set yourself up right, keep your back flat at all times. When you get to the top of the movement, arch your back, pull your shoulders back, stick your chest out, feel it in your lats. But when you go down, stretch it out, but keep your lower back flat. Well, there you have it. Back to basics on Muscle TV. We've covered all your compound movements today, all very important exercises, but you don't want to do them all in one day. Put these into your appropriate body parts in your routine. Always do them as your first movement in any given routine, and you'll find your training will improve, your strength will improve, and your core and your basics and your whole setup will improve. So it's very important to get these exercises right. As we said right through the segment, form is everything. Don't worry about being strong and lifting all the weight in the world until you know how to do the movement right. Lockie, you've been great once again. Thanks for coming on Max's Muscle TV. And until next week, folks, see you in the gym.
There's no cure for this one!